Hey guys, welcome to the Bionicle Inspiration Series, the series where we talk about MOCs and we try and help you get inspired to build some cool stuff. And you know, we always have a theme. We always talk about 3 MOCs, but today, this week is different. Our theme is Ben Cossy. Ooh, that's nice. And we're only going to be talking about 1 MOC today because there's just a lot to cover. So today our 1 MOC is Ben Cossy, Lord of Blue and sometimes Purple Flames by MCLegoboy. Oh wait, hold a minute. That's me. Hey, whoa! I don't have to speak in this Australian accent anymore. Oh, thank you. I don't know how you do it, Ben. So yeah, man. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's MCLegoboy. I made a MOC. Holy crap! It's about time. So yeah, I decided to make fun of Ben Cossy for a second there. If you don't know who he is, this is what he looks like. And this is some of the stuff that he makes. He makes a bunch of Bionicle things. He's made some Marvel stuff. He's made some Star Wars stuff too. Jeez, oh my gosh, I can't believe I blanked on the Star Wars stuff. I was supposed to blank on the Marvel stuff. But yeah, that intro, yeah, that was all a ruse. So if you were fooled by that, well, 1, shame on you, because that was no way anywhere close to sounding like Ben Cossy.
Dishonor on your whole family. Make a note of this. Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
And 2, like, it should have been obvious off the get-go. But, yeah, man, so, oh god, I forgot what, oh jeez. I don't, this is why Ben scripts his stuff and I don't. I even wrote a script and I was gonna do the whole thing like one of his Bionicle Inspiration Series videos. No. I made a script and you can look at it, but dang, there was no way I was gonna do it. I can't keep up that accent. Oh my gosh, man. And the problem is that, like, Ben doesn't have this whole, like, Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi sound to his voice. He's got, like, a different pitch or something. I can't replicate it. Ugh. So anyway, let's get on to this MOC. So, yeah, I felt, like, okay, so recently, because I graduated college, like, a year ago, almost a year ago to this day. It was actually on Star Wars Day that I graduated, which was fun. But I just became really active online, just commenting on things. And Ben, like, really started to ramp up his own activity then. And I'm like, I'm just gonna comment on all of Ben's stuff. And so occasionally I'll nitpick something, or I'll crack a joke, or I'll be really serious and talk about things. So, you know, and you know, as a tribute to treating him like a punching bag lately, I decided, you know what, I'll make a MOC. And originally it was going to be even more punching bag, like making him even more of my punching bag, because I was supposed to make like these super elongated torso with like these stubby little thin thighs, and then like massive cankles for legs and things like that. And it's like, well, you know what, let's tone it down a bit. So, you know, I'll go over everything when we get to it, but man, it kind of turned into more of like, well, you know what, let's try and be a little respectful to Ben. He's put up with enough from me. So anyway, now let's actually get to starting about the MOC. So it first started off with one of these pieces. Well, actually, 2 of these pieces. Ben is the Lord of Blue Flames, and I don't have 100 of those little flame pieces. So I'm like, I'm just gonna use this water dragon wing. And that looks pretty cool. It's got these nice little transition into purple, and it makes it look like flames. So that'll be perfect. And it just kind of all came from there. And so ultimately the scale of the build is based off of the wings. This is like what's going to look best with the wings in there. And this is what we came up with. So I'm going to go contrary to Shadow Gear 6335. I'm going to start with the head. So the head, as you can see, it's based off of the Surge mask that Ben uses, except you might notice that there's a little bit of non-purism going on right here, and that's mainly because I don't have a Surge mask, and I certainly can't make one at this scale without cheating a little bit. So although I am a purist, we had to break the rules here just this once. But it looks good, and amazingly enough, it's just this piece of blue paper that I used a Crayola marker on. A blue Crayola marker ends up happening to look almost exactly the same color blue as Lego blue. At least on this blue paper. On white paper, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, seriously, it's just a Crayola marker. So I got out the X-Acto knife, cut it to the right shape, and then I just kind of wedged it in between the pieces and double-sided taped some stuff. So, yeah. And then I've also got, like, kind of a brain stem going on back here. That's more just because I wanted to make it just a little bit more mine. I don't think Surge's mask does that. So, yeah. And what's really cool is that this is using a trans neon green headlight brick and 1x1 tile, and that comes from the old mini ATTE set from like 2003 or something. So, but yeah, about right here, that's the best view of the head because then you get the actual eye. The weird thing about Surge's mask is it's like, you got this nose, and then the eyes are there, and it spreads out like that, and it's like, well, you can't really do that on this. So, this is what we got. So, that's Ben's head. And we're also using one of the little joints. The little ball joint pieces, one of those new ones. Oh man, where did that go? There. So it uses one of these guys and these guys. And they're all from this guy, the micro, or not micro, but mini Quake Mech. So, you know, I could have done reviews on those, but you can't find them anywhere, and it's a little too late by now, so don't really have anything to say about that. But, you know, like, the socket is in dark gray. It's not light gray, so that's nice. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, there's the head. We'll move on to the arms. So the arms are a bit weird, because, I mean, this elbow is like way back here, but the shoulder's way up here. I don't know. There's no good way to do it. Originally, I'd had the arm be a little longer, but it turned out to be a little too long. Ben tends to have like really long torsos, really short thighs, and then kind of like long arms as well. That's just the way things kind of evolve in his building style. I tried to make it maybe a little bit more anatomically correct, kind of. Because when you end up making the arms kind of flat and straight out, when you actually look at proportions on yourself, your wrist tends to be right about where your hip is, and like where that is, and then your hands kind of extend down a little further. His fingers might be a big large on here, but you know. But when it comes to doing the arm, I kind of took some creative liberty with the shoulder, because he's got Roxy heads that are going on here, and it's like, I don't have that. I don't have any good way to represent that, although I've got these nice blue shields from Nexo Knights, so I'll use that. And I could have had him pointing the other direction. I've actually never done this before. And that probably looks better in terms of like getting the sloping of the blue in there. However, then you've got like this big empty spot, so I flipped them the other direction. But yeah, and then we get to the forearm. Oh crap. Saved it. I don't know, my camera's so stupid, it only records 10 minutes at a time. So get ready, because we're in for the long haul on this one. This is why I didn't want to try and do this Australian accent that whole time. Oh my gosh. But now we get to the hand area. And yeah, that's how I'm connecting this. If I had the 1x3 double jumper piece, oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. I didn't even think about that until now, but I'm never going to get it, probably. Not unless it's thrown in a Star Wars set. And even then, I don't think I stole anything in here. Oh, no, I did. I did steal stuff, but only one. Only one piece twice from one set, so. But yeah, what's going on here is that I'm trying to replicate the shape of that CCBS shell. So that's why this area is open right there. And then we get to the hand, just 2 fingers. I'd considered making 3 fingers in there, but decided against it. And then the thumb, it actually uses one of those newer little dudes. Oh, where's a dragon? There's a dragon. One of these guys. Recently, because Toys R Us was closing, I bought 6 of these little dragon dudes, because I bought 2 just to have even numbers of things, and I like the pieces so much, I got 4 more. But these little foot pieces that they got here, I'm using that for the thumb. Unfortunately, I'm never ever using this actual little bit of articulation, but I like that I have it. So, there you go. Lots of claws going on here, because Ben has claws. So yeah, and there we go. Just kind of do that. There's a thumbs up for you. Ta-da! It's probably like the only thing on the whole MOC that's actually about the same size as real Ben. In MOC form, anyway. Second arm, it's exactly the same. Now we get to the torso. Torso is a little flimsy. Like if I move this too far forward, this part comes popping off. But I've actually had like the whole thing split apart on me. It's insane. So not the most stable build, but it works. Got a little bit of a swivel there. Got some detailing under the arm. And I think that looks good for like a male torso, kind of just slowly sloping up. These pecs are massive, dude. He's got massive pecs, yo. And then, of course, like had to get the wing in there. So the back's probably a little big. That's why I didn't add anything here. I kind of wanted to get some of that lumbar shaping going on. So, yeah. And we got a little bit of movement up and down. We got a little bit of movement left and right, kind of, because his weapon's in the way. And then we also have that turning motion as well. So a lot of good articulation in here. We'll get to the wings now. I have a few shots where I remove the wings and I fold them down a bit, like so, just so that, you know, they're nice and concealed. You know, like Ben, he's got a few photos where his wings aren't shooting flames, so I wanted to incorporate that feature. We got some more of these dark gray ball sockets, but we've got the other mixed sockets in there. And these things are a pain. They snap off all the time. So that's annoying. And then we'll get to the legs, but we'll remove this just so that it's not in the way. So here on the legs, we got the thighs. He's got some more CCBS shells right there. Oh, man. So got that there. just got a little bit of plating and stuff going on. And then we've got some Technic pieces that I've recreated in System. So, like I was trying to get the replication for the CCBS shells, I tried to replicate the same thing for these pieces on there. Also, by the way, there's no back pictures of Ben. There's no back for the latest version of Ben Cossy, which is like from 2013. But, you know, I don't know, is it Toa Ben? I read the backstory. I'm not sure if he goes by Toa or just Ben. I don't know. But, you know, yeah, butt. We got a butt. And then again, like trying to replicate some things. I'm replicating the original Bionicle foot going on here. So up here we got the socket. Up here we got like the big toe area. We got a piston in there. We've even got the gap at the bottom. So I really just wanted to try and replicate that as much as I could. And then same thing here with the foot. He's got the Anika foot, the spiky Anika foot. And so this is my version of making a spiky Anika foot in System. So getting some of the beats down, some of them not so much, but just trying to get that overall, like, got some toes in front, it swoops in, and then it pokes out the back. So, yeah, you know, it works. And these are the two pieces that I stole. I stole the little clip hinges. I should have more. That's the thing. Like, I should have more, and I can't find them. Because I know I've got enough, but I still had to steal 2 from somewhere else. So, I had to steal 2 from a Jedi Starfighter. So, you know. Got some more of these inverted slopes. Lots of inverted slopes on the back. Look good. And then, yeah, like Ben, he is the king of cankles, dude. Like, his thighs are really thin, but then his calves are massive. He's got like big shin armor and big calves. So I had to replicate that just because, I mean, just big cankles, dude. Super big cankles. So now we can move on to the weapons. As soon as I fit that back on. He is a little fragile. Like, his whole hand comes off in one piece. Like, that's not good. In terms of mocking, that is. Like, that probably shouldn't happen. But, you know. I'm trying to replicate a Bionicle MOC using only System parts, you guys. Give me a little bit of a break. So when it comes to weapons, one of the images I have, I'm using this orb dude. This is from a Chima set, so I thought it was cool that he could have this little orb of sorts, and it kind of matches the color scheme as well. So yeah, if I do this right, I can kind of like, there we go. Now he's holding it by the claws, so. Pretty cool. So that could be like a big energy fireball blast of some sort. It's a little too dark, in my opinion, but, you know. Particularly since we're going with this color blue, which leads us to our other weapon. We have an axe. So that Nida's water dragon thing, this is standard that you get an extra wing for some reason. I don't know why. But I figured, you know what? I'm using these as wings. I might as well use the other one as a big fire axe. And of all of Ben's weapons, he's got like a flame sword, or not a flame sword, like an electric sword, a big broadsword. He's got little electro gauntlet staff, or no, I think he's just got a staff that has got like these electric pieces on it. Whew. I haven't even eaten yet today. And then he's also got like these little daggers. And so I figured, no, you know what? I'll give him a big old fire axe. So yeah, he can hold it, not very well though. This was a secondary thought, and I'm like, you know what? He can have an axe. He just can't use it properly. So I do have it to where he can hold it by both hands. I do have an image of that, but man, that took a long time to get to work properly. And the way I see this working is that he actually would have more of just a stick. Unfortunately, the little bar comes with this, but you know, he'd have a stick for the most part, and then he'd ignite it, and it'd shoot out like this big blue flame out the top, and then have like these little flames on the other side. So he could also like impale something with this end too, if he wanted. And I've kind of kept this little purple theme going this whole time because I mean it's got some purple. So yeah. So this is actually his secondary weapon. His primary weapon, which was hooked on right here, is a lightsaber, and that's because I know that Ben likes Star Wars. He makes Star Wars MOCs, so I figured I would give him a lightsaber. But it's not like a normal lightsaber, it's more of a freaky lightsaber. And the reason why is because it's got this purple core inside and a purple bit at the top, and that's just kind of keeping with that whole blue and purple theme that I've got going on here. So what I've actually got inside, I think this is like the first version of Mace Windu's purple lightsaber, and then the further out we go, it's the darker purple. Yeah. So I ended up bricklinking something a long time ago that used the original kind of slightly frosted purple, and then we've got this newer purple. I think again from that Nida's Water Dragon thing. There are 3 of those throughout here, and then we end it with a purple cone. I actually did put a blue cone on there, and it doesn't look good at all. It actually looks better with this purple. So that's kind of nice. There's a little consistent theme going on of there being this purple among all the lighter blue. But yeah, now he's got a lightsaber. So I figured that would be fun to give him a lightsaber instead of trying to replicate one of his already pre-existing weapons. But also being inspired by the big broadsword by giving it these little bits that stick out on the end. So yeah, man, that's Cossy. That's the Cossy boy. So hopefully he finds it super flattering. Maybe one day it will actually be featured in a proper episode of the... You know what? Screw this. I'm just going to leave it there on the ground. It's not the primary weapon. He likes his lightsabers. So I'll just do that. As like the ending thing to look at. So yeah, this has been MCLegoboy with a MOC review. I know I haven't done one in a while. I also just kind of haven't built a MOC in a while. I do have some of those frog racers that I keep talking about, but I keep like holding back and resisting.
No, you're still holding on. Let go.
So, you know, maybe one day I'll take some pictures and actually review those. But for now, that's the end of this review of Ben Cossy, Lord of Blue and sometimes Purple Flames. See you guys. Oh yeah, and by the way, totally check out Ben Cossy's channel. He's a way better YouTuber than I am, and he like gets involved with the community a lot more. Even if you don't particularly like Bionicle, and that's not the right thing to say, but like if you don't have a bunch of Bionicle pieces like I do, Like, I don't have a lot of Bionicle pieces, but if there is any interest at all in BioMOCists, the Bionicle community, you can learn a lot from his Bionicle Inspiration series. Just certain themes, getting you some tips, sometimes getting you inspired. Join contests. That's a thing that happens from time to time. You know, just kind of get out there and build. Do some things. Do your thing, and contribute to the LEGO community by building something. Doing something is better than nothing, which is what I had been doing for a while. So that's why I wasn't making any videos at all. So for that short amount of time, and I kind of failed to do this, but here's a minifigure. That's how big this dude is. So yeah. So this has been MCLegoboy with the MOC that I've already named and everything. See you guys.
I gave into a darker side. Now I've got nothing.